My prayers have been answered, and I'm extremely honored to introduce MMAngel's first professional UFC fighter. Hallelujah! It's Carlos Diego Ferreira. Did I pronounce that right?
It's Ferreira, yeah, that's
Ferreira.
good. That's good.
So, fun fact, me and Diego have really good taste in friends. Met Gabe through work. Gabe was training me, and we were watching Big Ten, and it was wrestling. And so I'm from Iowa, big wrestler family. We started talking about like mutual love for MMA, UFC, and I kind of got into it a little bit later, not until like 2017. So I'm newer to all of this, but trying to catch up, and he's been helping me with just like the history of it all.
I talked to Gabriel my first time on my debut. He was trying to help me doing my interview, doing all my getting to know a little bit about MMA, getting into the community too. So he helped me out, and my first fight, I was real excited. He was, no, calm down, bro, like relax. This is just a normal interview with you. So it's a neutral friend, and it's awesome to have somebody like that, to pass to you a good confidence, especially for me. Never did like interviews in my life about sport. It's gonna be one fight, really hard fight for win for me. And so it's good to have a friend like that, over here in South Texas, because I didn't know as many people here, so he made me feel comfortable. And then after that interview with him, I guess so many more interviews, but I got so much more relaxed
Yes.
and much more, comfortable with that.
See, and I refer to Gabe as my Arizona dad because as soon as I met him at Fox, he like took me under his wing, super knowledgeable about just the industry and the MMA and combat sports. And so super grateful to have him. I actually am gonna share my screen real quick. So I have a video of Gabe 14 years ago.
I remember the name of his website was Vale Tudo something.
Vale Tudo, yes.
I think that's Vale Tudo. Yeah, it was. I knew it. Oh yeah, that.
I love the unibrow and everything.
it made me coming back with good memories on that. Like being in my first fight, being backstage, and he was there with me doing
Yeah.
videos. So I was there watching it, doing all the interview. I don't watch too much YouTube's, videos.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of busy guy, but it's because I wish I would have more time. But it makes me go into my memories, like go through my memories and remember those moments, and it's feel good.
I mentioned 14 years ago. So you've been in this world for a hot minute. So when was your first professional fight?
2011, my first professional fight, June or July, Joseph Daly, you know, and from there, I found my MMA career. I gotta
Yes.
put like that because I was never thought about fighting MMA. My thing always been a jiu-jitsu fighter, been like to compete jiu-jitsu. My dream was uh, uh, fighting jiu-jitsu, be a world champ. I was always having in my mind, always having that dream. But
And you've
MMA
gone beyond
came
it.
and took over. Yeah, I was on it after maybe like 4 or 5 years, and I start getting into the LFA. It was that time
Oh,
was
I got my sweatshirt
Legacy.
back here.
Exactly that one. That's that one. I turned into to be the champion of division real quick. So I thought maybe in 4 or 5 years I'll be in the UFC. After I got the title, the title, and the UFC called me. Hey, we want you here. Maybe it was 4 or 5 years into MMA.
That's
It was
awesome.
super quick, and it was a turnaround super fast. Gabriel was there the majority of the time of my career. seeing that. So it was really turned around for me. I never like MMA as much. You know, I was doing like I always tell my family, I was doing for the paycheck, you know, for the money. I saw a career coming through, so I really jumped in, like with my head in, and from there it took over my whole life.
Your own
It
gym and
was
everything.
great. Exactly, I have my own gym with all that because the MMA, the MMA UFC gave me that platform to open my own gym, open my own dojo. So I was really blessed. I was really involved with that. And if it was not a UFC gave me all this opportunity, you know, maybe I was still competing in jiu-jitsu, but uh,
It's not at that same
MMA,
level, yeah.
it's no, it's not. It's not. Not even the training. It's so
Yeah.
intense, the training. Sometimes I tell you guys, jiu-jitsu is so much chill to train. It's fun, yeah, but it don't have the intensity, the love, about it, the fighting, the spirit
Yeah,
of the
some of the
fighting,
fights and
and
everything, they'll be
that's
doing
what
jujitsu and the crowd starts booing, and I'm like, why are you booing? I'm like, they're thinking like 4 steps ahead. I was like, this is like artwork right now. So I like more of the
exactly.
wrestling and the jujitsu. I was like watching your fights and I saw that your fighting style is jujitsu, but then I'm watching your videos and I'm like, he likes to stand and bang. Like, what is this? And like with your record in the UFC, you have more
It's
knockouts than you have
that's what,
submissions.
exactly, and that's one of the most things I kind of get to me because Uh, I was being a jiu-jitsu fighter. I like to fight on my back,
Mhm.
fighting from my back. But when I moved to MMA, I did love the boxing. I love the wrestling, the intensity, the punch and the kick. So I started focusing more on my career on my mentality onto those points, and the points I never have so much not guidance but much more knowledge, and I focused more much in there, and my first fight was going going for the bang, going for the really the finish, and so
Yes.
I got really interested
Well,
style
it
I did have.
helps when you have an iron chin too. You should be in that club because you can take the hits, you're bouncing right back up. I need that chin.
Yeah, that does help too, it helps a lot because on the beginning of my career I was fighting with a chin up and going for the how everybody say to the bank, I'm really looking for that
Well, and
every
all
single
your
time I
fights
step
you
on
put on a show and are so interesting. So I am always tuned in to watch you. This is coming up on your 15th UFC fight. Am I correct with that? 15th? I think
15.
maybe I counted
I
wrong.
I don't look. I don't really keep counting, but I know I have a lot, but I
You do
never
have a
counted
lot,
how many
yeah.
fights I have on UFC.
I
Yeah,
think I counted
that's
on the
great.
USP and it was 15, but I'm not good at math. So we'll just say it's 15 and people can fact check out. And so you had a 6 fight win streak, and then you had a couple defeats, took some time off. What convinced you or motivated you to continue and come back and take on the fight with Michael Johnson?
With Michael Johnson, I have a 3 defeats. One I was real close by decision.
Yes, yep.
With Benel Darush was real close fight, the decision with him. So I was having that motivation me. But and then I jumped with a short notice on with Gillespie. It was my mistake. I told my coach I have the chance to finish the guy. I kind of took that as a grant, to
Mhm.
learn. I feel like I'm putting you on a combat sport, especially because um I'm still learning I did learn about
Yes.
managing the fight, managing the momentum you have, taking chances with the time you has. So I learned about that with Gillespie because I have the time to finish him, but I took no, I finished in the second round. I have a time, and the second round came, it go complete different way. Another thing too, never fight when, never going to compete when you're hurt. You know,
Yes.
when I fought with the
Uh,
I think
let me Google it
Mateus
for you real quick.
Gumrock. Yeah, I think Mateus Gumrock. That's what his name.
Yes,
That's yeah.
yes.
So I was injured in that time on my rib. You know, and I'm not taking that as a you know, as
An excuse,
a
yeah.
sorry to
Yeah.
yeah excuse to lose the fight. You know, but he got the win. He was on what he hit me right in the spot. Uh, I was not expecting that hit, so he won. I took that as a granted too. I took that as a learning experience.
Hmm.
Never going to a fight when he hurt, and that took me time to adjust things. You know, adjust my body, adjust to learn how to train because I was thinking about training like consistent, always training hard. It took me a while to adapt to that. It was more about the learning.
And like the
So
mentality
I
of it,
took the
yeah.
time to exactly freshen up my mentality. You know, I took those three loss to learn that. And for me, when I came back, I told my coach, hey coach, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Let's go. Whatever who put it in my front of me, I'm gonna go. And
That's
coach like,
awesome.
okay,
Yeah.
they call me right now. Coach Safe call me. Oh, right now they offer you uh Michael Johnson, and I kind of like what? Michael Johnson, that man, that Michael
He
Johnson knock
said,
people out.
bring him
Like,
here.
yeah, no. I kind of like, whoa,
You're
that's
like,
awesome. You know, I was really like, okay, that's the time. That's what I need to put it. You know, the work I need to put it. You know, thank God I come out with the win. You know, happy what happened. I knock him out as soon as
and I wouldn't say a
I I
knockout.
work a
You
lot of
sent
things.
him to heaven.
Exactly, that's crazy because I was expecting grapple more with him. You know, I was expecting and really looking the that grappling part because he's really good in his wrestling.
It couldn't be a cleaner knockout.
He did.
And I
He
was looking
did.
at all
And
the
I
tweets.
was
They're
like,
like, he sent him to the grave. I'm like, oh, poor guy. But it's great for
no,
you. That
my
was a
kids.
great comeback.
Yeah, it was a great comeback, you know, especially with the finish, that type of fighter, the magnitude
Yes.
of fight. You know, I wish that fight could be inside the arena. You know, that's what I was
Yes.
looking for, but was
It'll
inside the
come.
Apex.
Uh-huh.
That's yeah, that's what they are coming. Yeah, it's coming. You
It's
know,
all in the
I'm looking
timing.
to
Yes.
the other time. You have to have a different mentality when you're gonna fight in an Apex, you know,
It's
because
more
now it's
quiet
just
and yeah.
super quiet. The first few fights on there was insane quiet. You know, like you could hear the commentators upstairs talking. It's kind of tall, you know, the building's
Yeah.
kind of tall. I could hear the commentators talking. That was so insane because for me, I was going for a sparring section. You
Hmm.
know, I was not like going for a fight. When you bring that fire, when people screaming your
The
name, you
energy,
know, the
yes.
energy, exactly. So for me, that was pretty new. And my first few fights on there was kind of like really, I feel like it's not kicking in. I did learn to get more warm, you know, to get to the fight part inside the cage. For a fighter, like when you go into a fight, you take the real fighter when you step in the cage. You in there walking to the cage. The fighter is there. That your eye change, your personality change. So when I was fighting the Apex, I didn't have it. Then I for me it was like going to sparring. You know, I feel like
Yeah.
just I learned that part too. I learned with the intensity we have to bring our way from the backstage. You know, that's my part. That's me. That I'm talking about me. But now fighting there, you know, when I fought Michael Johnson, I bring that fighter from the backstage. I
Yes,
bring
and
that
you
the
bring that
mentality.
energy out with you, and the crowd is going to feed off of your energy.
Exact with the crowd, when people scream your name, you there like, "Ah, okay, that's the time. That's the zone. That's what that's your time. And it's good to get back on this, especially May 11, having that energy, having that feeling is gonna be much better. So having that knockout was much more exciting, and be more excited to come back. I know I did have a long layoff on that, but but it was a good way too because
Well,
my
and it's
baby
just like
girl
a physical
was.
injury too, is you want to make sure that the mental is, just as taken care of as the physical injury is. Because I honestly think the
And that
mental's
too.
it can be a little bit more important than the physical too.
Exactly. So the physical, physically I was there, but the mentally on the part of competing Apex was really hard for me. After there, I kind of said, okay, I gotta start putting together, start putting more one-on-one together, adjust that part. I just like the being the fighter. We don't need place. You need that mentality,
Yes.
the drive. So
Well,
all
and that's
that
the
made
one thing
made a
that
lot
kind
of
of
difference.
drove me towards combat sports all on you. And it's you and yourself and your mind. That's one thing that I was like drawn to you, especially when Gabe was like, oh, yeah, he's my friend. I'm like, he's one of those just genuine people. Like when you are doing your like post interview and everything, I'm like, he is just like a fighter. He's a genuine dude. He's so humble and he's just putting in the work and seeing the results. Like it's not a gimmick or anything. And so I was telling Gabe, I'm like, it's authentic and I love it.
Yeah, that's one of my thing too. When I start getting to the zone, I'm a completely different person. I don't smile as much, and I'm the type of guy. I'm always smiling. I'm always
Yes.
smiling for everything.
You
So
got your
now, like,
resting bee face on.
exactly, and you put the fighter face, and then that's- that face on, like, okay, like that's your time. So it's it's intense, but it's something you love. It's something you really enjoy.
And you
Especially
have to,
after
yeah. You
months
have to be doing it for the
months
right
of
reasons. I feel like to get the most
exact
out of it too.
yeah. And that's the part because I love it to do for my team, for my family. And first, my family, it's something I really care about. It's the people really taking care with me every single way of my career, every single way of my sport. So I do a lot for them. So I want to make sure I'm doing for a good reason and a good in a good goal. So it make me feel I'm there for a good reason.
Yes, I love that. Love that. And so you're a veteran, incredible resume, including Dustin Poirier. Your upcoming fight, Mateusz Rebecki, maybe that's how I pronounce it. He's a little
That was
on
right
the
back. Yeah,
newer
I
side of
got
it.
it too on that.
I wrote it out like how I would think I pronounced it. So, Mateusz Rebecki is how we're gonna go with that. He's a little bit more on the newer side coming onto the scene. I wouldn't say rookie by any means, but compared to your resume, it doesn't necessarily match up. But he's caught a little bit of attention. Both of your fighting styles, the jiu-jitsu, are you expecting to do kind of the more jiu-jitsu, or do you go in with a game plan? Do you just kind of go in prepared for anything?
I'm going prepared for everything, because one thing jiu-jitsu fighters are unexpected, like you have to expect everything because they sometimes they shoot, sometimes they go hands to hands, sometimes they want to stand up, sometimes they just want to get in a position, stay there for as long as they can. So I'm expecting for my part a good fight. We had two jiu-jitsu fighters. He's a coming out fighter, like real hard, like he coming with the power, great submissions. I saw some his submissions. I know he's gonna push his game, and I think his game is like knock people out because he have a lot of knockout power. If he's come with strategy, I think I have all answer for his strategies, and I'm real confident in my game. I'll be prepared for all his cardio, all his punch power. He's really uh good on those leg kicks. He bring a lot of power on that. So I'm gonna be there to accept the ground, accept the wrestling. I just want to have a good fight. A great performance both sides, mine and his. So I'm into put a good show. I want to put a
Yes.
good show.
And
Put
that's
a
what
good
the
show.
fans want too. And again, you always put on a good show, and I love watching just you fight in general. I like the jujitsu a little bit more, but you just put on a good scramble. You'll get into a position, and I'm like, how did he get out of that? Looking back at the Pettis fight, and I even remember hearing Daniel Cormier be like, he looked like he gave up, and I was like, yeah, his arm wasn't like under the chin, and then they zoomed in like he's squeezing from the side.
I was squeezing hard. That's the thing. Like I put so much pressure on my legs. I was
Yeah,
squeezing my arms together. My knee popped. I don't know how my knee popped because I was putting so much pressure
yeah.
on his. He didn't give up.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
every single thing of my strength there. Like that's when I was saying I was talking about having the momentum to the opportunity. When you have opportunity, you don't let it come out. You don't let it come out to that. So
And he taps so quick too. I've never seen it like this. I've never seen jujitsu like this before. So it's unique to you. I'm excited to see it, see what you do out there.
May 11th, that's what I'm expecting. He bring the fire, and I can bring mine. So May 11th, that's gonna be my hand race, and so I'm really excited for that.
Yes, speaking that into existence, hand raised, dominant performance. What do you see this win doing with your career moving forward?
So I want to get back to the ranking. Now, one thing like with me, my coach Safe have been talking about a lot. He really this last a year, especially with this long layoff. Um, I want to get back to the ranking. If you don't get back to the ranking, I know this one probably not gonna take me to the ranking, but the next maybe one or two, I want to be in between the top 15. The work I'm putting on it right now, keeping my weight as low as I can, keeping my mentality as sharp as I can, is just to the goal right now. I'm really looking for, and I can't wait for the future. So let's take one fight at a time. But I want to fight with Bobby Green, especially because another
Yes.
veteran is back into the ranking. So
Mhm.
I think it's gonna be a great matchup, me and him in the future. But right now, I have a Mateus in front of me. My focus on him. But in the future, after this one, I'm really looking for that. I'm really gonna trying to push as hard as I can to have that fight. But right now, I have my tails in my eye. I have my tails in my mind. Like I'm really looking to that W and take that home. And
I'm about to run out of time. Can I send you one more Zoom link? I didn't pay for the upgrade, so it was making me end it in 40 minutes. I'm like, I have too much to talk about in 40 minutes. MMAngel has to do with faith, religious myself.
yeah, I'm a real religion guy. Like I have a love about God, and I'm trying to guide my kids the same way. My family, I tried to go to church, taking my kids to church every Sunday, as much as I can. I know sometimes life, as a big family, because we are five, so we have five
Oh my
kids.
God. UFC fighter, father, husband, gym owner. You got a whole lot going on. Not to put a number on you or anything, but I'm like, how is he still doing this? You don't look a day over 22.
Do, but we make the time, we make or sacrifice in every single aspect of life, you know, and being a coach, we have to have that. But getting a relationship with God and be faithful with that part, it's something really important. You have to have, it's something you 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 have to be strong on those point of the life. When doesn't matter when that you think you want to quit, you want to think, no, that's not for me, and you wanna be strong. You have to have that type of mentality and faith.
So I grew up in the church as well, altar server, singing in the choir. So that's just something that I appreciate you sharing and giving recognition to after all your fights because I relate to it. My mom, she just beat breast cancer for the second time. And so it's just
Oh,
things
sorry
like
to
that
hear.
that just make me, very grateful. And then,
Wish you well for your mom and pray to your mom, because part of my wife, see they have the same thing, cancer. Like it was tough for them to go through those moments, and you have to have a faith on those parts because the human mentality, that the person mentality is, you get weak. Like some days you just want to give
Yes.
up, and the people surround you, they need to be strong for that. Like that's why you have the support. That's why you have to have the faith on you to pass through to people, to pass through your family, so they can pick it up, that the feeling, that the because it's about feeling. If you feel good, you're gonna feel
Mhm.
better real quick. But if you feel like sad and weak, and you got exactly gonna be weak in those moments. But the faith take you somewhere else you can never imagine it. So I'm really about
Yeah.
that.
I want your best Bruce Buffer impersonation.
Oh my God. That ladies and gentlemen, that's a, that's my
That was
favorite part,
good.
when he's screaming like that, when he's jumping, and
The little jump.
it pick you up, like that's ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's that one. That's the
Every
that's far I can
Saturday,
go.
yeah. I'm like, in the red corner. My boyfriend's like, can you shut up, please? I'm like, and in the blue corner.
In the blue corner, yeah. When he gets to the blue corner, he's like, oh, no time to back on that.
You're in Texas. Give me your best country accent.
Oh, oh my, best country. Ye- Hey y'all, hey y'all, where you going? Oh my God, I love when people. Hey y'all, where are you
Hey,
going?
y'all.
Hey y'all. That's the Houston part. Like I love when the guys like talking like that from Houston. Whoa,
They're just like real cowboys. People usually like dress up in like cowboys for like Halloween, but
all the time. I have some students. They are 24 hours. Like the shirt open up to the chest part,
the flannel,
head,
yeah.
yeah, the head,
America.
the makeup, boots, and the tight jeans. Oh my God. I
Oh
wish I
my
could
gosh.
be. I wish I could be like that, but no, like it's not on me, you know. But I love to see my students dress. Sometimes they come from the to the gym like that. They're not leaving like
Because they're doing
10 minutes.
chores first and then they come and work out.
Yeah. And I look sometimes, oh, bro, you came like, no, coach.
I'm like, what's
I
that
just came, I
smell?
no, 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 I came for the range. I came from the range right now. So, oh, damn, you came from like that, bro. Like, really cool, huh?
Yeah. See, coming from Iowa, I was like, I'm a little bit of yee yee, but I'm more bougie than yee yee. So that part
Yeah.
is back in Iowa. I'll go to a country fair. I'll get on a horse, but
The para horse, I love it because I grew
yes,
up on a ranch too in Manaus, but we never have the type of boots. It was more
yes,
like
the whole
the
buckle
part.
belts and everything.
Yeah, that part like we didn't have. We just dressed normal. But seeing the people really dressing like that when I got here was was for me was really
You're
great.
like, what did
It
I
was
get myself
see.
into? Okay, it's something I've always been interested in knowing is how do you pick like your walkout song? Like how do you choose what song is gonna hype you up? I feel like that goes a little bit with the mentality.
For me is on my mood.
Yes.
It depends on my mood. One of the most like song I love to walk in was Footloose. You know,
Oh my
why?
God,
Because
you have a little country in you, okay?
I grew up on a ranch in Brazil. Like I was
Yeah.
more the countryside. And my grandma and my grandpa, they used to love listen to the music. So I love to walk with that song. So I like going a Christian side, but more rocky,
Hmm.
but a little bit of a country.
That's awesome.
It,
Yeah, you're gonna have to
yeah,
get the boots on and everything and then whip them off real quick when you go
I
out there.
did.
I'll teach you the
Yeah.
line dance if you don't know it already. You can get
Oh,
out
I
there
don't
with your
know
little
that
belt
dancing.
buckle.
The one thing was not on me is dancing. I can do whatever.
I'm gonna have to make you dance. You're gonna have to do the
Oh my
little line
god.
dance walking out. I know that the English language is difficult. And so I'm like, what's your opinion on one of the hardest or most difficult words to pronounce?
Butter, a button.
Bottom and
Like
butter?
butter, and button. Yeah, that's the butter.
Okay.
Oh my God. Now it's come out good. Butter. Yeah. It
See,
always confused me. Yeah,
as a
and
kid, I would
chips.
do churn, like churning butter or turn. And my granny was always like, it's turn. I'm like, I'm churning right.
Yeah, that was oh my God. It was for me, it was the most no the bottom. What are you talking about? Bottom? Bottom?
But
What bottom? Bottom and bottom. You know, bottom.
yeah.
No, not bottom, bro. Bottom. Oh my God. Those are words for me is always confuse me on that.
Okay, and then lastly, could you teach me how to say something? It's Portuguese, correct?
Mhm.
Could you teach me how to say something in Portuguese?
Like right now, like everybody's saying, like Shama.
Chama.
Shama, like is it like come, like in a come in, Shama. Like
Chama.
everybody saying yeah because Alex, and I love that. That it was something we in Brazil we say a lot. Shama, and the bad
Chama.
word, yeah, Shama.
I'm
Shama
gonna
is
be
a
walking around Shama, and all my friends are gonna be like, "What do
Shama,
we say?" I'm like, "Shama," okay?
Shama.
We'll have to get a shirt with that on it for you. But yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
excited for May 11th.
Thank you, Monica.
Gonna
Appreciate it.
dominate. Yeah.
Thank you. We will appreciate for your time. Appreciate for you opening the opportunity for me to be on your channel. So I appreciate it so much, and was a blast. It was a great time to talking to you. So I hope to see you out there, and I hope you have a great night. And thank you very much.
We gotta do a hallelujah on three, okay? One,
Okay.
two, three. Hallelujah!
Hallelujah.